didn't have time, I redid that.
Doing pretty good. I'm excited for this match. Yep. Right. I'm trying to remember here. I don't know that I've seen them on this map either, but oh, some pretty quick bans here against them. No Kael'thas and no Mephisto. All right. I'm wondering if those are target bans. I'm surprised I haven't seen, you know, the Alarak come out for Contender, or even the Alexstrasza for Sailor Sky. I know she was just recognized earlier this week for her Alex play. But then Orphea and Ana banned by Lost Vikings. Yep, Diablo makes it through. I've seen that a lot more lately. No one seems to be prioritizing him as much. That's, I think a safe assumption at this point. That's what I've been seeing. I've been seeing a lot more bans spent on her than on Diablo lately, or even Garrosh. But it looks like Sailor Sky is going to take the Stukov tonight, and they also pick up Raynor.
I hear the voice of a leader.
I mean, sounds about right. Flippy Guy, Garrosh, you know, basically the same thing. Yep, and there's the Alarak ban for Contender, like I mentioned. I don't know that we got to see, did we see the Blaze from UARK when we played them? Or did we, I think we banned that. Yeah, so looks like Jax Taxman's gonna get to play his Blaze this time around. And Johanna picked up for the Lost Vikings. PJ Tim. See what else they're gonna take here. Haka. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, this map is so small, he usually doesn't get quite as much value. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, I don't play a whole lot of Dahaka. There aren't as many bushes on this map, and some that don't reach, you know, quite close to strategic points, or rather some of the keeps and stuff. So again, interesting. Yeah, a lot of the bushes are right around the turn-in points, and you don't necessarily want to be burrowing right into the middle of an objective or a fight. But Jaina and Phoenix picked up from UARK, so they're going to have a lot of wave clear.
None shall leave my grasp.
Okay. Yeah, I would think that's the combo here. Yeah, the Jaina slows pair well with Salvo from Phoenix. I don't know. Probably Combustion, I'm thinking, from Blaze. I don't know that Bunker would be the pick here. So yeah, probably the Combustion to follow up with the Jaina and the Phoenix. Oh, really? Okay. And I mean, if Blaze isn't caught in the Warden's cage with his team, can he get in to drop bunker? Do you think that'll... Close enough.
Yourselves. The battle begins shortly. Battle begins in 10 seconds.
And on the right here, we've got UARK Esports, and we've got Z-Blaster on Jaina, Jax Taxman on Blaze, Dead Latin on Tyrande, Pokemaster J on Phoenix, and Loose Space Hat on the Diablo. Everybody heading to mid. Blaze is already splitting off, heading down to bot lane. Johanna pushing forward, taking about half her health and damage already, but it's looking like everybody's gonna walk away here without any first blood. So we're just gonna leave the battle and start to get to lanes and work on that wave clear. Not that you know, Vikings are doing a fine job, but yeah, I think UARK has a slight edge there, like you said, once they get their rotations down. Oh. Well, she's going back down to mid. We did cast a match like that, but if you take a look down here in bot, Pokemaster J, Phoenix trying to get in on that the siege giants here, having to be saved by Blaze and then chased off by Dahaka and Raynor, and so Vikings were gonna pick up that bottom camp even though UARK were the ones that started it. Almost had it. I mean, early game deaths at this point aren't hugely impactful, but still, I think you're right that back out, let them have it. The camp isn't that big a deal at this point in the game either. And makes it out just fine, so just one death there in that little skirmish. First blood going to UARK Esports. Looks like... Man, and Dahaka heading over deep into enemy territory. He's just checking. Still, I don't know that he would have been my first choice to check that camp. He doesn't move too fast. But... yeah, Johanna makes it out. So, make it out of there with no deaths that time. UARK almost at a total turn-in for that first objective. They only need 4 more. But it looks like Vikings are onto them, trying to guard that turn-in point and sniff out when anyone's trying to sneak anything.
Well done, Red Team.
Yep.
My power is yours.
I personally like focusing on top if possible, if it's not too pushed out, just because that is boss lane and it is so important later in the game. But sometimes that just doesn't quite work out. It looks like that's UARK's general plan, though. They've got all 4 stacked here at top. Diablo trying to go in. Oh, Maev going deep with that pull. Getting stunned. Yeah, oh. Cyan on the Rainer getting really low there from the push from that spider, but again, everyone's making it out of there at the moment. Phoenix pushing in, trying to finish off Rainer there, but Johanna steps in, protects. Diablo going in deep, looking for... But Johanna in trouble now. Taylor Sky once again picking up all the gems. Yeah. Contender getting a pick on that Diablo. That was a good pick. Jaina just being in that bush right behind them, unnoticed, but good pick on the Diablo for sure. They kept all their gems. UARK took down mid fort, so they will have occasional catapults in that lane. And they just landed their 10, so they're slightly ahead in XP. So I would say they got some advantages, not the gem advantage, but some. I think it was 4. Yeah, and they were able to just pick up all those gems right after. So, I mean, that's if you're the Vikings, you're thinking, oh, that's a relief. But they're sitting on 68 gems now. They easily have this next turn in. So it's going to be up to UARK that happening. Especially now that Vikings have 10. Yep. Both teams on even talent tiers for this too. And it looks... Flailing Swipe, that's the one that hits multiple times. Massive Shove is the giant push. And then for UARK, we got Ring of Frost, Bunker, as called it, Shadow Stalk, Purification Salvo, and Lightning Breath from the Diablo. So no APOC to go with that ring. That Warden's Cage with the Stukov Silence, just like you predicted. Contender getting caught out there on the Maev though, and falling. Johanna as well. It looks like maybe Vikings pushed in a little far there and didn't quite have the follow-up for that cage. Maev was in deep by herself, so and it did cost them 2 deaths, it looks like. But they do have the towers and the wall down in bot lane, and are pushing in a little bit in mid. They do get the fort there, so top and mid, no more forts for UARK. A little bit of a whiff there on the Dahaka tongue, unfortunately, and you are kind of pushing the Found Vikings out of there for the moment. Both teams sitting on turn-in, and UARK's going to get that. I was trying to do my caster math there quick. Massive pull coming out. Falls, got caught out a little bit. Phoenix able to teleport away, so Diablo should be the only death from that engagement there. UARK did get that turn in. They're down one person. Diablo didn't have his soul, so he is gonna take the full amount of time to come back. Found Vikings clearing bot pretty easily, and then top and mid are so pushed out that I don't think UARK's gonna get any value from these spiders, unfortunately. Getting pulled into that warden cage. Yep, you're right. Absolutely. There's the bunker, but the silence going down underneath it. And it looks like Found Vikings are the ones having to back out here. Sailor Sky getting caught on that stun, saved by the flailing swipe. Ooh. Oh. And yep, but again, Cyan able to pick up all those gems. They're not actually losing any gems, at least. Oh. Except, yep, they are going to lose those Dahaka gems. I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, he will fall, and I don't know that Rainer's going to be able to run out and get those gems. Nope. So not quite a turn-in. Yeah, I think trying to get a little bit of damage, soften it up a little bit, and then if you can, take that bruiser later on and get a little more value with it. But Found Vikings back up again, so you are backing out. Neither team currently has turn-in, so Found Vikings are going to pick up their bruiser camp here. Take that away. Their bruiser camp is up as well. So I wonder if they're going to go try and take that, because they're only sitting at about half the amount of gems they need for their turn-in. Yeah, that's huge. That's gems they can't lose now. So Tyrande checking boss. Looks like wants to make sure that that's not going to be something they have to deal with. Both bruiser camps now picked up, and it looks like UARK's going to be able to clear up Found Vikings pretty quick and allow their own to kind of push in. Dahaka clearing those siege giants and bot too. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try and bully now and push in maybe with the spell armor from that bruiser camp, or yeah, bruiser camp. And right, they're not gonna push in with the camp. They're going up to turn in, and they're gonna try and take top fort. It looks like. Use that 16 to get structure advantage. Yeah, use the pressure here and open up that boss lane. Massive stun. Wow. Another. Both Stukov and Johanna falling. I mean, the slows and all the damage coming out there between the lightning breath and the stuns from Blaze, there's no chance they were walking away from that. Yep. Death timers are still relatively short. Everybody on the side of Found Vikings is going to be up here in 5 seconds, so UARK really has to burn this boss. So I think they chose to back out at the right time and focus all their damage on capping that boss. Yeah, and you can tell Found Vikings had already kind of sniffed out the boss play. They figured they were already there. They're in position already to defend that boss while UARK is busy clearing the spiders from the other lanes. So again, not a whole lot of value, but serves the purpose of giving them the time they need to kind of recover and get their momentum back here. Unfortunately not, but it looks like Found Vikings are looking for an engage here. Contender trying to go in with the Maiev, but deciding not to at the last minute. UARK backing out. They don't want to take this fight on even talent tiers here. Yep. Nope, I agree with you 100%. Vikings still pushing in here, even though the last Web Weaver's going down. So it looks like the engagement's going to be now. Another massive cage from Maiev. Towing the blaze into that. Ring, massive ring. Yeah, no kills to follow up, unfortunately. Super squishy Lord of Terror for the moment. And it looks like, yeah, Found Vikings are going to keep up that pressure and take that top keep. I'll be interested to see if they decide to try and keep pressuring core since UARK has 2 members down, or if they back out. And it looks like they're going to go with backing out. I don't know. Do you feel like they could have pressured a little bit more there, or do you think they made the right call by deciding, you know what, we've gotten enough, let's head out? Yeah, they did pick up UARK's Bruiser Camp, so they've got a little bit of pressure going in mid now while they try and pick up some more gems. Still no turn in yet for either team. And Found Vikings going to push in actually with that camp as well. Start taking out these towers and wall here in mid. And once again, backing out, deciding they don't want to take this fight on even talent tiers. UARK almost has 20. They're going to have it here in a second. And Found Vikings just slightly behind, so again, I think the right call being made. They back out, get 20s before trying to go in and engage. Yeah, Dahaka backing out up in top lanes. Again, smart. Yes. They're gonna have to push in hard here to get that value, because Found Vikings are going to have 20s here soon, probably before, you know, the objectives really start pushing in. So things are going to be even here, and you know, one bad engagement at this point could cost either team the game. They still have all of their keeps. Bot and mid lane are pushed out pretty far, so really all they have to worry about is this top lane. They can focus all their attention here for right now. Yep. And there it is. Ring is down. Oh, and the roots, massive roots on Found Vikings, but no one falling just yet, even after Purification Salvo from Phoenix. They're trying to push in. The stun goes out onto Joanna. Follow-up stun. But it looks like with that Indestructible, she's going to make it out of there. So surprisingly, no deaths on either side from that team fight. We saw a lot of ultimates come out there. Yep, everything's only from the swipe. 8 ultimates and no deaths. That's pretty impressive. Oh, massive pull again on Contender. Diablo going down and no souls, so he is out for the full minute.
Deliver the gems to my altar before your
And now,
enemies.
I forgot to unmute my mic. Thank you for pointing that out, Ronan. I had it muted so that you guys couldn't hear us before we went into the broadcast, so thank you for pointing that out. So all this time, it's just been the Bourne show.
all right then.
Oh, I like this. They know they're going boss. This is their chance. Can they get enough damage on here? That's the question.
Because they're going to have a boss marching right towards their own keep. So this is going to be the moment of truth here. Ring going out, but no kills yet. And it looks like it's going to be an almost team wipe for UARK.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a bad spot. No Lord of Terror. You know the boss is going to be barreling down. No keep. I think that was the right call. I mean, at that point, 5 coming down with the boss, you know your core is going to be gone for sure without the solid engage. Or is it?
I don't know. That's an interesting choice by the Found Vikings. They're opting for turn-in instead of just rushing to top to push with that boss. It's going to give Diablo and Jaina a chance, it looks like, to clear that up before the core goes down completely.
Word of advice, when you have a chance to win, win.
We learned that ourselves last night, I would say.
Yes, we did.
But yeah, because now all members of UARK are going to be up here in about 5 seconds, and they're going to be ready to defend underneath their own
Oh,
core.
that Hellgate.
Ugh. Diablo falling. Johanna getting low. Indestructible getting popped.
That's
But it
game.
looks like Found Vikings were able to get that last bit of damage out, finish off the core, and take the game. Well done, Found Vikings.
Very well done indeed. So here we have the stats. Very even on kills. I just think it came down to that overstay up top. I think if they back out, they're in a good spot.
Yep. Looks like we might have to take a minute here in between games. One of the members of Found Vikings needs to restart their computer, so we might need to put a pause on things here for just a second.
Okay, well, so we got what I thought we would get. Bunker, silence, the ring. The only thing that really surprised me that game, lightning breath.
That was a surprise for me as well. I mean, APOC and Ring is kind of like a classic combo, so that's what I was expecting. But I mean, it served them well in several team fights. You know, the slows and the damage from both Phoenix, Diablo, and Jaina as well too. You know, that netted them some kills, so they got value out of it, and I don't think they necessarily suffered from not taking APOC. I didn't think.
No, it's just, imagine a ring with an APOC behind it. Maybe some of those fights turn out different. Maybe they don't. Who's to say? But when you take Jaina, I almost feel like you have to take the APOC. But that's just me as a tank player. I want to get that APOC. They're locked down for, I think it's 2 seconds. And then as soon as that ring goes down, you crank up APOC because it's a 1.75 seconds. So as soon as ring ends, they're locked down for another 2 seconds. That's 4 seconds of absolute misery for your opponent. But anyways, we will be right back, everybody. Vikings take the first game. We'll see what the teams want to do, and we will get back with you. Thank you. Okay, we are back. The teams are in the lobby. We're going to show you here who picked what, the wins, what's going on, what's at stake here. The Vikings have a chance to, I believe, go into a tie for second place with a domination here tonight.
I don't know that I caught that. Belle, your mic went all robotic for a second there on me. So I might need you to repeat yourself.
Oh, I was saying, I believe, if my math was right, and everybody knows caster math's not exact, but I totaled up some stuff here tonight, and if the Vikings get a domination, they go into a second place tie with obviously, is it two calculated is leading the division right now?
Just calculated throw. I believe two calculated throws in Division D.
See, I got the math right, not the name right. So, and then if we get a 2-1, I think they secure third. And UARK, I didn't think about where UARK would end up if they lost. I know they would end up in, I believe, third, if they'd have got a domination, which that one's off the table. But the hopes and dreams are still alive for the Vikings.
I'm glad you did that math because I was definitely not prepared for that. But
well, I like to do a little, especially this late in the season, people want to know what's at stake at the game, so I wanted to give everybody an idea what's just on the line for both teams here. Yep.
I mean, and even though we are, at I believe already the halfway point for the season, we still have a lot of those flex games that need to be scheduled and played. So I think there's still a little bit of wiggle room for those teams that might not see any playoff potential yet. I think they still have a chance to try and move themselves up in the standings a little bit.
Well, I was actually looking at games played.
Mm-hmm.
There are tons of flex games to be played. Only a handful of teams have even played one flex game if you go look at games played. So it's definitely wide open. The standings are relative to what has been scheduled, which is everybody's normal. Everybody's got 3 flex games they got to get in. And that's going to be huge. Some teams, I think, while we got a moment here, Regen Red's on the up from their first week performance. We got to see that personally. Wood League is they've come up a long way. I don't know if you got to see them here lately. Wood League has definitely improved a lot.
I mean, and that makes sense. It takes some teams, a few games or a few weeks into the season to kind of find their stride, really gel as a team, because you can play all the team league you want, but I think it's a little bit of a different environment, a little bit of a different amount of pressure than actually playing in the tournament when games are actually counting towards your potential for victory.
Yeah, I would agree. I know J-Mac personally on Wood League, and he said it took them a good week and a half. That first game, you could tell they weren't on the same page. They're all on the same page. I don't know. I know a lot of people liked Winky Face going into the season. I'm kind of wondering what's going on with them. I don't know if they're... I don't know. I don't know them personally. I've seen their plays. Sometimes it looks like they're not all on the same page at times when I've watched them. But I thought they were one of the longer standing rosters. But maybe they're just hiccuping and they're going to come off strong in the playoffs. I know, the division I played in last year, which was B East, HOTUS, 2 years running, made a run to the championship. Now, granted, Season 5, I think they were the 2nd seed, but they were not. They were actually the 6th seed going into the tournament, and that's when you really want to get hot. So it's get to the playoffs and try to go in hot into the playoffs. That's when it's going to matter.
Yeah, and like I said, there's still, I think, some wiggle rooms for those teams that aren't seeing it quite yet. Teams that are maybe just now about to hit their stride, maybe that's what's going on. We might see a little bit of an upswing from Winky Face or from some of these other teams. Sometimes just having that little bit of pressure, knowing the playoffs are looming, can be a great motivator.
Exactly.
looks like everybody's just about ready here.
We are going to get our next draft, it looks like.
Going to Volskaya Foundry here, looks like.
Good old Volskaya. The Objective 3, the bane of everybody's existence.
Yep, I wouldn't mind Volskaya so much if it wasn't for that cursed third point at the bottom of the map.
Exactly. Exactly. It almost feels like that third objective. It's whoever has the most turrets can pop them on the conveyor belt and pull the other team into that conveyor belt on their side is going to win.
You know, and it's real easy from a strategy perspective to say, oh well, you know, all you just fight in the lane. Don't fight on point. But it seems like every time, every team just ends up on that point fighting. You can try and stay in lane all you want, but everything just kind of inevitably shifts onto that point, and then, like you said, suddenly there's 3 turrets in your face, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And there's nothing you can do about it. All right, so I think we definitely don't give UARK over to Contender. Anybody that's played against him knows that's his baby.
You know, we saw that respect ban last match. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again here. UARK banning out Kael'thas again. They don't want to... Oh, and Mephisto. So same first 2 bans. Kael'thas in particular is a nightmare on this map because everyone's always so clustered together on the point that the bomb spread is almost inevitable.
Well, Born, you know the Vikings. Who's the Mephisto player over there?
I'm actually not sure. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone on Vikings play Mephisto, which isn't to say that, you know, it's not a thing. It totally could be, but I don't recognize that one off the top of my head.
I was like, Contender's more the dive kill guy, so it would be
Cyan, I think. That may be targeted because I know he plays a nasty Kael'thas.
And there's another Diablo. I can't blame him. If Diablo's open, you gotta take him.
Yeah. Like I said, he's been making it through a lot more drafts lately. Ana, once again, blocked by Found Vikings. So, we're in this match.
I shall do what I find.
Did Alex Raza and Ender Atrak. So, we get to both of those.
Oh, wow. Born, you went all robotic for a second.
I picked up this time. One getting blazed. Right. Honest man picked up the exact as Viking once again for Sylvanas and
I don't know what's going on with Born's mic. Can you hear me, Born?
Turn it into a robot again there now.
Yeah, you're turning into a robot to me. Interesting. Huh. Well.
Me?
Yeah, you're a robot to me.
Sounds like your sound has resolved itself on my end at least, so looks like you're back to normal. Hopefully I'm back to normal as well.
Yeah, I'm curious what happened there. The
Not
robots
sure.
are taking over. That's what's going on.
Clearly.
Sending a code out to their followers right there. They let UARK through. Are you surprised by this?
I personally wouldn't have done it. I would have definitely banned UARK, taken that off the table. But they decided maybe they're not afraid of UARK. Maybe they're used to countering him. They decided to let it through, so we'll have to see if Contender gets to dominate with that. Pick up Johanna again for PJ Tim and Raynor for Cyan.
A Jaina. No, it would be a Jaina. What would it be? Leork? He does like beating up on Blaze in the lane.
Leork would be a good choice here. Dahaka banned.
Yrel.
Yrel.
A Yrel spotting everybody. Interesting.
Have not seen as much of her lately, that's for sure.
Very curious indeed. So
I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen Dickie play. I think we've seen Dicky play Urel before, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that might be a comfort pick for the Found Vikings.
I guess here's what puzzles me in this draft. Everybody knows Volskaya doesn't have a whole lot of bushes. Ergo, Dahaka's not really going to give you a whole lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
Why ban Dahaka and let Contenders Alarak through that anybody that's watched them knows can totally change a team fight?
I'm not sure unless they saw something from the Dahaka last game that they... No, because UARK, did UARK play Dahaka last game, or am I getting everything mixed up?
No, it was the Vikings. Okay, so
Yeah,
over on
so
the
unless
Vikings, we have Contender on his patented Alarak. We got Dicky on Urel, PJ Tim on Jaina, Sailor Sky on her beloved Alex Straza, and Cyan on Reyna.
And on the right side for UARK Esports, we've got Blue Space Hat on the Diablo, Dead Latin on Lily, Pokemaster J on Hanzo, Jax Taxman on his Blaze again, extra crispy, and Z Blaster on Maev.
Alright, Blaze goes immediately down.
To the bot lane. We saw him move there pretty early last game too, deciding he doesn't want any of the shenanigans in mid.
Yeah, but that's the longest lane. I mean, you can come in and scuffle a little bit, right? I mean, get down here.
You're all moving down so that they don't lose any little bit of soak. Everybody kind of dancing around here in mid a little bit, but no early deaths here. And Found Vikings already rotating up to top to make sure they don't miss any of those minions.
You want to know who I don't envy in this game?
Who?
Blue Space Hat. Playing Diablo into Alarak absolutely sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but looks that was a good jump from the Maev there to avoid the Alarak. So hopefully she can keep that up and maybe avoid some of that punishing like damage and silence from the Alarak this game.
Take a look at our solo laners. I'm actually kind of surprised to see Taxman losing ground to the Urel here. A little surprised by that, honestly.
Both teams picking up their turrets fairly early on here. And it looks like you called it mid. The silence did end up going out on that Diablo and he had to back out, falling to almost about half health.
Yeah, it's just no fun. Any tank, it's just no fun when you're against an Alarak. It's just not.
Yeah. You're constantly going to be in perfect silencing range.
Yeah, and you got two choices when you're the warrior. Be silenced or let your damage get silenced. You got a better chance of surviving it.
Yep. UARK moving in on that support camp here. They have been scouted by Found Vikings. I don't know if they're gonna try and... They might try and take this for themselves. Pushing them off the point, but that wallbang from Diablo out onto Contender. Dragon getting popped early, but like, Contender is gonna fall. Dragon Queen may help them with this though, blowing everybody off the point, and it looks like they are gonna take that healing camp for themselves.
And that is why Sailor Sky loves her some Alex. And I guess nobody wanted the pack. Well, let's all fight over it and leave it.
They have picked it up though. They grabbed it, and it looks like UARK used their turret there, so they are going to be down a turret for the first objective.
And they're going to be down a level as well.
I think both teams, it looks like, use their turrets, because I'm not seeing one on the side of Found Vikings either, just the healing camp. So not as many items in this first objective as we're used to seeing. The stun going out to Johanna and the flip, she's going to be able to walk out of there just fine. Dragon Queen will be down for this objective though, so if I'm Found Vikings, I'm going to play careful here.
Oh, Jax, baby, that was close. Yeah, I'm really surprised that I know for a fact 3 of those picks, the Johanna, the Alarak, and the Alex, are all extreme comforts for the Vikings. And they got all 3.
Yeah. Like I said, I personally would never let Contender have the UARK, but they let it through, and UARK rotating down aggressively from top, where they were clearing up that camp and kind of pushing in their own, and they're gonna force Found Vikings off of the point for now and take it for themselves.
The Vikes are just gonna wait for 7, and they're gonna go right back in.
Yep. And there's 7s popping for them right now. UARK down about half a level.
Oh, very gutsy stun by Jax there.
Went in a little hard. The healing camp coming out from Found Vikings.
Hanzo, it's gonna be okay. Dicky may not. Nope, he's gonna be alright.
Yep, he's gonna walk out of there. And
Circle of trust.
Found Vikings, yep. Those Alex circles. Found Vikings are gonna take back the point, and it looks like UARK's gonna give this. So, first objective going over to the Found Vikings here.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision if you're UARK at that point. They're 7, you're not. It's not going to get a ton of value. Yeah, you might lose the top well. 2 front walls. Okay.
It's going to be better than taking multiple untimely deaths there. So they do pick up 7s though, so both teams are now on even talent tiers. Found Vikings did go top lane. They are targeting that well, and they're going to get it, so that'll be that won't be available to UARK for the next objective.
Sea Blaster felt the pain. Oh, that was a great Iron Skin right there by PJ.
That Iron Skin saved PJ Tim. If that had been down, Johanna would not have been able to have walked out of that.
Johanna walks out of everything.
Her health was falling pretty low there. That Iron Skin saved her. I don't know.
Ask any warrior player. Johanna doesn't die. Not often.
Yeah. Okay. How are we doing down here in the solo lane?
It looks like Dicky still. I would still give the edge to Dicky here. He seems to be handling the lane. Oh, this is a good invade right here. This is a good invade.
UARK moving and chasing Found Vikings off that.
Pick it up.
No, it hasn't been capped yet.
Oh.
They're still fighting to cap that. Dragon Pin coming out once again on this point. Lily is the first to fall. Maev next, and it looks like Found Vikings are trying to chase down some more. They got Maev. Diablo might not make it out of this either. Silence going out, but they are going to let him walk out of there. Found Vikings do take their camp, pick up their turret, and 3 deaths for UARK Esports.
Yeah, I will say, if Contender doesn't come down when he does, that's a different fight. And as always, Sailor Sky, decision of when the dragon needs to come out, perfect.
She's on top of that, for sure. Again, we're not going to see it for objective, but I think both times she has used it have provided benefits, like tangible benefits for her team for sure. So those were, I think, the right calls to make.
Yep. 2 camps and 4 deaths for sure. 2 at the support and 2 down there, possibly 5. And the Vikings are just going to keep pushing that advantage, and why not?
I'm sure they can see Blaze in bot lane pushing in there. They know that it's going to be 4v5. 10's just coming online for UARK too. For a while there, it was Found Vikings had that advantage. Blaze backing off now in bot lane. Yrel coming down. And let's take a look and see some of these ultimates here. We've got Warden's Cage again for Maev, Bunker for Blaze, Dragon Strike, Jug for Lily, and Lightning Breath again from the Diablo.
It looks like we got Rainer's Raiders. Oh, what is the name of that one? Urels. Can't ever remember. I don't play enough of her. Ardent Defender, Lifebinder, Blessed Shield, and that's Counter-Strike, right?
Counter-Strike, yep.
Okay. See, I remember that one.
And we've already seen the Hyperion come out from Rainer, but it should
Hyperion?
be.
Oh.
Use
I can do
that
math.
when they were taken top there, but it looks like Hyperion will be back online for this next objective, so we should have all ultimates up and ready to go.
Okay, this is an interesting decision by UARK here. They're gonna try to catch you, Rail.
Oh. Wallbang onto the Rels. Rel just gonna hop on out of there, though.
Yeah, she's like, peace out.
I mean, with the amount of health she has, she wasn't too far away from her tower, and then her jump. She wasn't too concerned for her.
A total whiff on the Warden's cage.
Dragonair coming out, Hyperion, that bunker, trying to save them from some of the dragon damage. Ooh, but 3 members of UARK Esports down.
Your favorite kind of kill coming up here, I think, Born.
That's gonna be a team wipe. Team wipe.
Born's favorite kind of kill.
And there's a team wipe in favor of Lost Vikings on UARK Esports. But Diablo looks like had his soul, so he's gonna be back. Still fairly early in the game. Death timers are short, so all of UARK is gonna be up to defend now. But well played by Found Vikings there.
Now, I would be interested, and I'll go back and look at the replay. I want to see just how long Dragon Queen had been off cooldown. I don't think it was off very long at all before it was popped again.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because that's a very long cooldown. I wasn't sure it was going to be up again for objective, but again, massive value there from Sailor Sky. Looks like Found Vikings are going to take the top keep. You're all getting cut out, but...
And a life finder, why not?
Yeah. She's walking out of there with full health. She's ready to go. Again, because it looks like UARK might... They're not going to chase, which I think was the right decision there. They're just going to take their camp. They're still trying to wait for their 13s to come online, and Found Vikings are almost at 16.
Yeah, as soon as they hit 13, if you're UARK, you have to force a fight.
You have to take an engagement before they get those 16s. Otherwise, it's going to be, another 3-4 minutes until they get engagement. You're going to have to play keep away till then.
And Blaster cannot miss another cage like he did last time, because they're trying to wombo the Hanzo ult right through the cage, and missing it pretty much ruins everything.
Yep, UARK trying to invade here on this camp. Found Vikings are going to capitalize on that. They grab it anyway. Turret already down though. Z Blaster's going to fall. Jack's Taxman looks like he's going to get out of there. So it looks like Maev's going to be the only death there. But we saw a lot of ultimates come out, and even one death at this point in the game could mean throwing off that rhythm a team has going.
Yeah, it doesn't help your Dragon Strike like whiffs. That doesn't help your cause at all.
No. So if you're UARK, just trying to get that soap, trying to catch up to level 16. I don't know that they're gonna get it before this next objective pops, but they're gonna. Looks like they're gonna be doing everything in their power that they can to try and get it. Found Vikings pushing in bot here, probably trying to take that well before the next objective. They're going to get it pretty easily here.
Blaster's getting chunked.
Wisely choosing not to push in too much. Ooh, Contender kind of getting caught out though. Dropping the turret. Lifebinder goes out. The Lightning Breath doesn't do hardly any damage. The silence and the stun on really...
On the cups, I think that was.
And as a support main, I can tell you there is nothing more frustrating than getting stunned out of cups. It's just the worst feeling.
Is that a shrink ray?
Did we see a shrink ray?
Did we see a shrink ray?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Okay, what's that on? Is it on 4? Huh, I could have swore that Mr. Blaze just got small. Interesting.
Yeah, Found Vikings pushing in here. leaving your rel to start racking up the percentage points on that third objective. Hyperion was used. They got a little bit of siege damage on the keep there. Still continuing to push in. The silence going out on that Lily again. She can't push forward too far. Are walking out of there. Stun goes out onto Contender, and then the flip from Diablo into the Warden's cage. But it looks like they're going to be able. They can walk out of that cage without too much issue there.
I think that was a miscommunication.
Well, there's still no 16s yet from UARK, and Hanzo does fall to Joanna, so they are down a talent tier and down a teammate. So even though they're fighting under their own keep, I don't know that this is a good engagement here.
Well, they're kind of just in a really rough spot here. I mean, you know that. Yeah, here it comes.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
The protector's coming. This is going to be very.
This is going to be a rough one, yeah, to defend, because again, they still don't have those 16s. They weren't really able to push in there and take an engagement, get a kill, or even get any percentage on objectives. So this might end up being game here. There's the Dragon Strike. No kills for UARK just yet.
Sea Blaster's got it back. Although
yeah,
getting the Rainer helps your cause. But they can't lose.
Contender and PJ Tim falling to about half health here as well. Still 4-on-4 for right now, and yep, they are able to get that last bit of damage, take the core, and game 2 goes over to Found Vikings. GG.
GG. Well, I think you've just seen why you can't let them have their three of their favorite heroes.
Yep. No Alex Straza, no Alarak for sure.
Yeah, you can't. Anybody that's played against the Vikings knows you can't let him have both of those, because he's just going to counter strike and she's going to life bind, and he's going to be fine. And the Johanna, PJ's really good about gauging the health, so maybe a mistake on the bans, maybe not. Maybe they've seen something out of the Vikings I haven't seen. Who knows? But you want to see if we can get it'll probably be Contender born. That's my guess.
Yep, let's get him in here for an interview, whoever wants to join us.
Let me try to figure out why your camera looks different on this screen.
The wonders of technology.
Well, you look like you're just burning up, but you look great on the draft screen, so very interesting.
If it's too much, I can always just turn the camera off for now and work on tweaking things.
Oh no, I'll get
for
it
our
fixed
next
while
game.
we're waiting. It just needs to go down. Not there. Down a little bit more. Try to get you out of the fire. I think you're just doomed to be in the fire tonight.
You're going all robot on me again, Belle. Those robots are trying to take over.
I was talking to myself, I will have to figure out how to get you out of the fire.
Back into the frying pan instead.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to figure how that, why one screen you look great and one you don't. What can you do? Growing pains, right?
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. We gonna be able to get an interview here?
I haven't actually talked to him. I'm playing with the camera. You want to reach out to Sailor?
Oh yeah.
Sorry. I'm busy playing with your camera here. Hey, I think I got you to not be on fire. All right, let's try that. Hey, you're not on fire.
Well,
Cool.
thanks. Thanks for
You
fixing
are, you are welcome. I knew we'd get it. Had to eventually get it, right?
Let's see here.
All right. Yeah, see, they're saying you're on fire, Born. I told you.
Yep.
Always on fire.
All right, let's see if I can get. We've got Contender and Sailor Sky both looking like they're gonna be interviewed
Oh.
here. So let me see if I can get them added. If I can figure out how to technology.
Yeah, you get to. Oh, you get to do it.
I think we got everybody in here, maybe.
Hello.
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 Hello and welcome. Congrats on the win, first of all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very impressive indeed.
So, how did it feel getting to play two of your favorite heroes in Game 2? Because Contender, you got to play your Alarak, and I know Sky, you got to play Alex Straza, who just got recognized earlier this week in an article on the NGS website.
Oh, thanks. It was. I honestly didn't think it was going to happen, but I was very thankful. So, very excited.
Very excited. Yeah. I was shocked in the second round of bans, especially in the second game, that Dahaka was the choice of Alarak, if I was to be honest, Contender. I was shocked.
I was a respect band for my husband. Go, Dickie.
Yeah, I was surprised with the Dahaka, especially since it's Volskaya and not one of his stronger maps. I mean, there's only, what, 7 bushes on the entire map.
Right.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard. But here's something that caught us off guard. Why the Dahaka on Spider Queen?
So the mobility, even with the smaller map, is quite nice, and it gives him a lot of wave clear to contest Blaze's wave clear. So we just thought it'd be a good matchup.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, we were like, I don't know if he's gonna, but you proved us wrong. He did get value,
Yeah.
so I'll admit it.
We had to
What?
channel our inner Alan Hicks. So.
Alex on the Dahaka. Yeah, we'll have to remember that ourselves for even on those smaller maps. If the mobility is something we're looking at, might
Mental
be
note,
worth the
we'll
Dahaka
play
pick.
Dahaka
Yeah,
on any
definitely.
map.
His
Yeah,
weight.
just with Tomb, there's bushes in every corner, so even if he doesn't have his Z to get somewhere, he can race car around places.
So obviously, you didn't fear the Diablo. Is there something you've seen in Blue Space Hat's Diablo that made you willing to let it through your scouting?
We more wanted Diablo.
Oh, you
But,
wanted them to play Diablo.
No, we wanted
Oh,
to
you
play
want-
Diablo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they were picking Diablo to deny him from us.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've seen a lot more of him making it through the ban phase. I noticed you guys banned Anna both times. It seems like she's not getting a whole lot of love lately. No one wants to let her through.
Yeah, she's
I feel
not
denial.
popular to deal with, especially on an Alex.
Yeah. But I had another question for you guys, and I'm so sorry I completely forgot it. So it's up to you, Belle. It's been a long day.
Oh yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Kind of going through the game in my head here.
The first game really put us on edge. the Tomb game was like, oh man, this one is really something that's they gave us a fight on
Yeah,
that one.
they gave us a run for our money. I'd say that was one of our harder matches this season so far.
Yeah, that first game was close, but I mean, you guys, it didn't look like you let the pressure get to you. You know, you made all the right calls. Clearly it worked out for you in the end. So that first one was a lot of fun to watch.
They call. They trying to.
Yeah. Oh, first game. I think, and maybe I'm wrong with my assessment, you guys can tell me, when they were trying so desperately to get that top keep to balance out the lanes, and I think they lost the Diablo to tower shots, if memory serves, because he started tanking
where they
the
pushed
tower.
back past the tower?
Yeah, and then they tried to get out, and then Diablo started eating these shots, and they lost him, and I think you guys chased and got a couple others in the boss, right?
Kyle went in when we were ready to back out. Kyle was like, "No, I'm going to go in and finish this up." That was that was not kind of how that worked, which was obviously a great call on his part. They really commit. They very much commit to pushing down, like where they're going, where they're pushing. They're ready to get it done, and I think that's kind of how we like changed our play in the second game, because we kind of figured out that that's the way that they're going to be going about things.
Yeah, and with the scouting we did, we adjusted our play style quite a bit. They love camps. It's why I was banning out Sylvanas to keep them from getting Merc Queen and shutting down towers.
Yeah.
Every single game they're in, they're always going for those camps. So if you saw us on the first match, we were putting a high priority on making sure all our camps were got and checking theirs.
Yeah.
And I pointed out, I said, wow, they're getting to camp early. Last time we had to wait till level 18.
I actually thought about that. I was like, man, I bet Bella is pretty proud of us this time.
Yes, I was. It was immediately snap. I'm like, there we go. They remember. Belle wants to see the camps. Oh, I gotta tip my hat to you, Sky. Your dragons turn those fights. It looked really like it was going to go UARK's way. Here comes the queen, and she definitely laid the smackdown on her subjects.
It really went against everything, like, in my soul, because I was like, I should probably save this. But I remember Kyle talking to me during the week, like, you know, don't be afraid to pop dragon not on objectives. If we need it, use it. And that kind of echoed in my head, and I was like, okay, we're going to do this. It goes against my soul, but we're going to, and it ended up being right, so kudos to Kyle again.
Yeah, the Dragon Queens were on point. Because that was my first reaction too, since I also play her. I was like, oh my god, not using her on objective. But you guys definitely got value out of it. You definitely picked the right moments, I think, so well done, for sure.
Well, it comes down to either save it for the objective or get wiped as a team. It's better to do a 100-second cooldown than everyone die.
Yeah, that's a good train of thought. Here's the other thing Born and I were wandering watching Volskaya. So the second time you use Dragon non-objective.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is... Was it the top lane? We were wondering... How... You were pushing into top, wasn't it, Born? They were pushing into top. And then we're like, well, Dragon Queen's going to be down for objective, this, that, and the other, and you guys get a fight. And the bunker comes out, and then, like, Dragon Queen comes out, and I'm like, that had to literally have just come off cooldown or pretty daggone close.
It definitely worked out that way.
I was convinced that one wasn't going to be up for objective, but... Again, well done. The timing was just so perfect. So.
All right. You have anything else, Born?
I didn't, so I think we can move on to shout outs if Contender or Sky, if either of you have anyone you want to mention.
Why did somebody tell me that was wrong? Oh no. Go ahead.
Just the team.
Yeah,
Good games. And shout out to you guys for casting us. It's always more fun with an audience.
Yes, thank you very much for casting us and our team. I want to, you know, I guess I've been tooting Kyle's horn a little bit, but he's been doing really great as our captain and making some great calls. I feel like we're really moving forward as a team, and I'm really proud of us. And thank you to Spotty for filling in and our sub. Again, thanks for casting. We always look forward to getting casted by you guys.
Oh, no problem. I actually enjoy your guys' games.
That's great.
They've
I'm glad to hear
entertained
that.
me.
We have a
They
lot of
have
fun.
entertained me. So I always try. There are a handful of teams I try to single out. I enjoy watching them, so I always try to pick up their games.
Yeah.
That being said, if Born doesn't have anything else, shout outs. Oh, we did shout outs, didn't we? Caster Math and Listening's Hard.
And thanks, UARK. Played a great game.
Oh, I do have one other question.
Oh.
So,
Yes.
your scouting versus our scouting, you were more concerned about the Sylvanas than the bunker. When we scouted them, we had the reverse thought processes that we could handle anything but their bunker. Was that a vote of confidence in Sky's ability to keep you alive during it? Or was it just, psh, I don't care about bunker, we'll deal with it?
For me,
It's more of
go ahead. Sorry.
It's more of a I don't care about the bunker. I looked at their play style and I saw what they like to do. So
Right.
they love to get those camps and love to push down lanes as 5 and just pressure you to death with. And with Sylvanas, that's even easier with the Merc Queen and with her shutting off towers. So we put a higher priority on Sylvanas to take her out. And the bunker, it is strong, but it has that delay now to get in. So the whole team is like, it's stutter to get in. So we put down extra damage while they're getting in. Then we kill the bunker quickly with the auto attack hero with Ranner. And it's done.
I never had any second thoughts that I couldn't heal through it either. So I'll go ahead and toot my own horn on that one.
Speaking of tooting your horn,
really?
let me toot yours here for a second. Your silences behind those cages were dead
Oh yeah.
every time. Is that something was said? I'm going in. I'm going to drop cage, and you just immediately drop, or is it just you guys have done it enough that you
So
just kind of
basically,
knew it
you
was
pause
coming?
it and I get ready for it. If it's off cooldown, that's what I want to do. I think sometimes I have to make sure that I remember to heal as well as silence. I think I get a little hyper focused sometimes, but it worked out well. But yeah, like from the beginning, I was like, okay, Kyle, you drop it, I got your back. So. Because they ruined our combo. They blocked our KT, which, Austin is amazing with, so.
Well, I will say this. Season 4, I played support. The nice thing about Stukov is it's one of those few opportunities you really get to feel like you're just making life absolutely miserable for the other team.
Yeah, he's annoying.
So it's hard to want to pull that arm up because you know, ha ha ha, I'm doing something other than just put my heel out there.
I feel like he's making a comeback too. I feel like Stukov started to like fall off the map a little bit, and people weren't playing him as much. And then I saw the statistics for NGS, and I was actually pretty surprised. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be the only one playing Stukov, but he's doing pretty good, doing all right over there.
I
Always.
think in Team League, you're right, especially when you're doing 3s and 2s and this, that, and the other. But I think he definitely has, and you showed it tonight, has his place in coordinated play.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's very strong. Loves to.
Very, very strong. Well, again, thank you so much for allowing us to cast you. I'm looking forward to picking up the next one that I can. Hopefully somebody doesn't beat me to it. Born, thank you for bearing with me and working with me to make sure your face tried not to get too green. Unfortunately, you look like you're on fire. But we all knew, you were born to shine, not to burn, right? Born to shine,
It's
not
not
to
so
burn.
much like a hellish type fire. It's more like a
Low roasting.
Well,
it's like
Just a little cold. I'm just trying to stay warm over here.
it's
Spring
the almost
hasn't sprung
Legends
yet.
dragon fire.
channeling your inner blaze. We got it.
It's our dragon fire.
Right.
The dragon fire is our thing. So, all right, guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody that came here tonight to watch. I hope you enjoyed the match as much as we did.
Very
Look forward
much.
to seeing you guys again.
All right.
I'll
thanks
see you
again.
on Sunday.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
I was trying to downplay that. I didn't want to bring that up. But well, yeah, we'll see each other on Sunday. Not like this. It'll be more of, I hate your UARK. If I let him through.
Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
Will you make the mistake of letting him through?
No. I've pretty much made up my mind what the bands are going to be. I can't tell you, though.
Let me guess. Alarak, KT, and Alex.
You'll just have to find out
you-
on Sunday.
On Sunday, on Super Sunday, you'll find
Yeah.
out.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. Have a good one,
one.
everybody.
Thank
And
you
again, thank you, chat. We enjoyed having you here tonight. Born, always a blast and a pleasure. And I guess I will see you tomorrow night for the scrim.
Yep. Thank you for letting me cast with you as always. I have fun too, so hopefully we'll get to do it again soon.
It's always, I did the solo one time. It's not as enjoyable as having you along. So I always make sure you can come along because I don't know enough about the healers anymore. I know, tanks inside and out. I know that. I know enough about DPS hearing Hoedown and Slav talk. I can get by with that. But the healers, mind blown. All right.
Yep. Works out then.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.